Hey everybody, welcome to Food Fight Friday at the Aid Station, presented by Seven Summit Snacks. My name is Jason Bahamundi, and I'm the founder of Run Try Bike. I am being joined by my co-host and founder of Community Trail Running, Adam Lee. For the first time ever, we will have a guest on our show. We're going to be joined by Santino Williams, and he, along with Adam, will play the game of Eat, Toss, or Carry. And if you don't know what this game is, let me give you a little insight. Basically, one of us will present to the other two three food items that may or may not be seen at an aid station, and the others are going to have to determine which of the foods they're going to eat, which they will toss in the garbage, and which they will carry to the next aid station, excuse me. Because he's being so kind and subjecting himself to the complete nonsense that this show is, Santino is going to be rewarded with a box of 7 Summit Snacks, but he isn't the only one that is going to receive this reward. Tara DT99 and Bad Idea Running Club will also get boxes thanks to them commenting on our Food Fight Friday post from last week. Before we bring Santino onto the show, Adam, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm so good, Jason. Happy Friday. How are you?
I finally made it here, dude. It's been the longest week in long weeks, let me tell you.
Well, congratulations. It's now time to be our serious selves. 15 more minutes of work before the weekend.
We're going to have to provide some insight to the people that are watching and or listening. So we record this live, and because we are so good at all of our pre-production shit, we literally talked about it for 6 seconds before we went live with this. So this is going to be an amazing production, since that 6 seconds is greater than what we normally do.
It was a solid 6 seconds. And let me add, you can get a lot done in 6 seconds.
Yeah, we could bring Bonk the Yeti onto the show within 6 seconds if we'd like. We can also add in our 7 Summits logo. Oh, we got to put this one up there since the dance club party in the background blurted out. But this is why we're on it, man. We are on it. This is the big money Kristen's paying for right here.
And thank goodness for that.
Anyway, I am so stoked to bring Santino on. We've had him on our Fiery Ember show in the past, and he came out to visit me during Airvipa's last person standing event at Across the Years and brought me a 5-pound bag of nerd clusters. So like this dude is
5
on it.
pounds.
Yeah, it was awesome. So without any more hesitation or rumbling and bambling on, let me bring Santino forward to the show. What's up, dude? How are you?
I'm hanging in there. How are you guys doing?
Fantastic. Super excited to have you on the show, man.
Oh, I'm excited to be here. This is a historic episode. The first guest spot on Food Fight Friday.
Yeah, you didn't know it, but you have to send us your chair. It goes right to the Hall of Fame now.
Hey, there you go.
It is Food Fight. We'll have to collect a fork or something as well.
Oh, there we go, for sure. Well, actually, I picked this shirt up just for the event, just because it says, well, Street Fighter is awesome anyway, but figure it kind of meshes with the theme. I don't know.
100%. It's part of the pre-production meeting that we didn't have.
For sure.
So you understand the premise of the game, right? I'm going to present you and Adam with 3 foods. You're going to have to choose to eat one, toss one, and carry one. There are no substitutes. You can't make shit up. You can't be like, well, if it was X or Y or Z. Like, these are the rules. You got to eat one, toss one, or carry what I present.
Just get what you get.
Yes.
Awesome.
And I love having the show police and Adam when the show gets posted. He just runs around. I could see him with his thumbs being angry, like, no, that you're not playing the game correctly.
No, yeah, don't care. Cool that you used words and they were put together in a sentence. That's really good, but you didn't play the fucking game.
So today's 3 food choices, they're going to be hand pies, and they're going to be based on Santino's cultures, which are Cuban, Jamaican, and Russian. So the first one is the Cuban empanada with picadillo. For those of you who don't know, picadillo is ground beef that has olives, sometimes raisins, and it's usually cooked in a tomato sauce. So this is stuffed inside of an empanada hand pie. This one comes with a Cuban coffee, a cafecito.
Okay.
Your other option is the Jamaican beef patty, which is also ground beef, but it's spicier and has a stronger curry flavor than the picadillo. Now, this one comes with a red stripe beer.
Okay.
And then the last one is the Russian pierogi, which is another meat ham pie, but this one includes rice and cabbage, and this is going to be served with a shot of vodka. So let me set this up.
Okay.
You're at mile 38 of a 50-mile ultra run.
Okay.
There.
And you are in the deep woods. So there is no service. So if you choose to eat the Jamaican beef patty with the Scotch bonnet pepper in there and things go south, you're on your own, brother. You're on your own. We cannot get volunteers to bring you out. You're gonna have to figure it out on your own.
For sure.
All right. So
okay. I'm going off instinct here because this is something that I could way overthink. So I'm just gonna first lineup that came to mind is the one I'm sticking with here. So unfortunately, I have to toss the pierogi. I enjoy them. The cabbage, that's where I'm worried about stomach issues. To be honest with you, now if I was a little bit closer to the end, that would be one thing. But you still got what 20 something miles to go.
Just 12. 12. He put you at mile 38. You're there.
Oh,
man.
38. I apologize. I thought it was 30. Still, 12 miles. That's a long time if that cabbage is starting to donkey kick you in the stomach. So for that reason alone, I'm going to pass on it. Love them. I actually enjoy a nice, if I take a shot, I'm too old for shots, but if I take a shot these days, it is going to be a shot of vodka. But with that in mind, that's got to be the one that gets tossed. Now, the one I'm eating, I'm going to eat the empanada. And the reason why, one, it comes with the cafecito, which that's going to give you a little extra fuel, not just with the caffeine, but those in the know, it's like 50% coffee, 50% sugar. So that's that nice hit of carbs right there. So yeah, I'm definitely going with that. That's the one I'm eating right now. And then I'm carrying the Jamaican patty and the red stripe with me, with the hopes that I can hold on to it until I cross the finish line, because that would be like the most epic finish line crossing meal right there. And now you've already kind of got me thinking about, okay, what's my next big race that I can have that be like my on the way home stop and pick up some patties now. So yeah, I'm going with that lineup.
I'm envisioning Santino crossing the finish line like Stone Cold Steve Austin smashing the red stripe, pouring it down his face.
No, that was okay. So what the hell was I just ran Mesa. I'm like, what did I run? Just ran Mesa less than a week ago. And so they give you the little beer ticket, right? But this one, you have to stay in the beer area. And it's like, I'm really not hanging out here. So I literally did just Stone Cold Steve Austin slam that thing. And then it's like, okay, let me get to my family and everyone else. So yeah, it wouldn't be the first time if I did it that way.
Yo,
Adam,
Santino knows how to race.
Yes, exactly. And he's not done a trail race yet. So we got to get him out on the trail so he knows. He's already got the traits and the talents for it.
No doubt. I think all of these choices,
before you answer though, do you know how a cafecito is made? Just so we're clear on this.
No, it sounds like it's half sugar, half coffee.
Yeah, dude. So I just watched a video. Victor Lobato sent it to me. It's a Cuban dude making a cafecito in Hialeah, Florida. And he's like, and you put in your 6 teaspoons of sugar. And the coffee is like this big, dude. Like it is literally, like when you put the spoon in there, it'll stand up with all the sugar.
Right.
It's more of a coffee syrup than an actual coffee, if we're being honest. But it's awesome.
Now you have a clearer picture of your choices.
And it still doesn't really change the way I think about it, in that like all of these end with me probably like in tears in the bush before the finish line anyway. Like you said, cabbage, the spicy peppers, and then like coffee with the beef and stuff. Like this is all bad news. Like I don't know. I feel like I'd be looking at like that right now. Like I'm looking at you guys. Like at the aid station people. I'd be like, you don't know what you've done to me.
Like before I leave this aid station, where's the roll of toilet paper I can take with me?
Right. That's it. Like if I can just hang out here and eat all this, it'd be fine. I won't be very good company, but it'd be good. Like
I'll DNF right here and I'll help you pack up the stuff too.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess if I'm gonna pick, I might as well have a couple drinks along the way. So give me the Russian treat with the with the vodka for right there, and then give me the death patty with the beer on the wall. I will
mint.
chuck the coffee and sugar and the Cuban one because that it doesn't really matter. But I'm gonna drink it.
So for me, I've got to toss the Russian pierogi right out the window. Like the vodka alone would just send me for a loop. I haven't had a drink in 13 years. I can't imagine what that would be like.
Okay, let's say
After
it's
that-
zero. They have 0 proof vodka.
Okay. I still don't like the taste. Let's put it that way.
Okay, perfect.
The Jamaican beef patty I'm taking with me, and not because of the Scotch bonnet pepper in there, which is going to turn your insides inside out. It's because now I have the red stripe beer to throw at the bear in case the bear or the mountain lion is on the trail with me. Because I told you we're in a remote area of the mountain, so I've got defense use for that beer.
Jay's
And
always thinking about defense.
Yeah,
I love it.
Here,
I love
it's
it.
smart. Yeah, exactly. That's why
Either
I
that-
will get eaten on the trail and Jason will be fine.
Seriously, I didn't even think about that.
either that, or if I'm racing and I could see that I'm going to finish in 98th place and the 97th, 99th guy is behind me or lady, I could put the beer there and they might get distracted to pick it up. And I could finish ahead of them and capture my 98th finish out of 4,000. And I'm eating the picadillo, dude. Like the moment I started writing down the note, I was like, "Yeah, grandma, abuela, I'm with you. I'm eating the empanada for
All
sure."
right, now here, major question though, and this is
No
kind of
raisins in the empanada.
Okay, you already knew what I was gonna ask.
And I love raisins. I love Raisin Bran. I love oatmeal raisin cookies. I love oatmeal or raisins in my oatmeal. But when grandma put raisins in the empanada with the picadillo, I was like, not doing it.
No, there's just something so I don't know where that comes from, but it does seem to kind of cross all. If your culture has picadillo, that is sort of always the controversial question. For whatever reason, raisins have made their way into every permutation of picadillo, and I don't get it. But not to disparage those who like their raisins, it's just more for you. I don't need that.
So like Adam, like in the picadillo, like it has olives, so it's salty, right? So you already have some texture with the ground beef and salty, and then this raisin comes out of nowhere, and like this sweet component just throws everything off. At least for me.
Oh no,
Yeah.
it's off-putting.
I would take your word for it. I would try both ways because I mean, you would
You have to.
Yeah,
I have to.
absolutely.
Right?
You gotta try it first to know that you don't like it, but chances are you're not gonna like it.
Yeah,
We need to get a Food Fight Friday at the aid station in Little Havana. We've all got to get on a plane and go to Miami and make it happen down there. We got to get
Seriously.
Adam out of the snow and ice up there and down into Miami.
There we go. Well, I'll meet at Cayocho.
Oh my God, yeah. By the way, so Adam, have you been to Miami or Vegas?
Vegas, never Miami.
Vegas. So Miami for me and Vegas are like the two cities I can't go to. It's so overstimulating, and I'm a kid that grew up in New York, man. Like I could walk around Times Square no problem. You put me in Vegas or Miami, and I'm like, too much.
Oh, that's fantastic. Santino, I have to put you on the spot if you don't mind.
For
You
sure.
You said you've watched quite a few episodes. I'm not going to ask you about that, but obviously you're a big food fan in general.
Absolutely.
You're finishing a race. You're not shotgunning a beer, let's say. Let's say you're just like going to go and do something on your own accord. Every kind of food is near you. What kind of food are you going to get to celebrate your run?
Okay, 9 times out of 10, when I finish a race, it's coffee and donuts. Has to be. If it's 26.2 or above, then okay, we're getting a little bit more elaborate with it. But normally, coffee and donuts, and we're not just talking about like 1 or 2 donuts. We're talking about like a number that I should be ashamed of.
There's no shame on this show.
For sure. Yeah, no, definitely it's the kind of thing where it's like I'll pick up a dozen and probably before I'm even home, there's maybe like 5 or 6 left. So
What flavor? What's the type of donut?
see,
Variety pack?
Yeah, I'm usually I have to go variety. It depends on what's looking good that day. If I'm absolutely pressed to pick one just sight unseen, I'm generally going to go with some sort of like chocolate or something like that, just because how can you go wrong? But that being said, now again, I got to give you credit. You recommended Nami to me, and that lemon donut after my last race, that was just like it was speaking to me. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know much, but I know good food, man.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
Santino, thank you so much for joining us, brother. Really appreciate you coming on the show. I will get your address so that we can get a Endurance Explorer bar box over to you from Seven Summit Snacks.
Right on.
For those of you who are listening to us for the first time, thank you for being here. Make sure you subscribe, rate, and review. We'll be back in 2 weeks on the 28th with Troy Meadows from Troy on the Run, who is going to be joining us for the next Food Fight Friday at the aid station. If you want to be a guest, send us a DM at Run Try Mag on Instagram, actually everywhere you are, and just DM us and let us know that you want to be a guest, and we'll get you on. Appreciate your time, guys. Adam, thank you so much, man. It's always been a pleasure to joke and laugh and have a great time on the show with you.
It was great to be with both of you. Santino, thank you for being our first guest.
Of course. No, thanks for having me. Like I said, I feel honored you had me on this historic episode. This shirt's going straight into the rafters.
That's right. Have a